Um, I'm streaming on the platform League Chess, and I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Kick.com, and LinkedIn. Yeah, so I'm multi-streaming this morning, this afternoon. We should be soon seeing the round number 8 on the screen now. Round number 7 has finished. We got time to get a cup of coffee or a tea. Maybe I need to go and get another one. They have to cup coffee. Okay. So let me verify briefly here. It's live. Look. Yeah, that should be fine as well. Let me see the kick.com. YouTube going right now as we speak. All right. Right, so they're going to be doing rapid 10 seconds increment from move number 1. They're playing in Uzbekistan. Round number 8, I think, was supposed to be starting 7 minutes ago or something. Round number 7 had. Look at this one. Magnus drew with Eric Ise. I mean, briefly see what. In being attacked by the. Ooh. No one dared do anything. So interesting. So you want to tell me in this very position here? In this position here, Magnus was happy to keep repeating, and Eric said, I mean, they both did it. They both did it. Interesting. Very interesting. Do you know what's interesting in this position here? I think this and this incredibly dangerous for h6 pawn. And I guess Magnus did not want to give up on the dark square diagonal because that really spells disaster for guys here. This diagonal is really. So he didn't want to give up on this. So just imagine bishop wasn't here or wasn't attacking the queen. Imagine bishop takes, pawn takes, and queen takes. Just imagine the disaster of it. For black. Therefore, you guys just kept hitting the queen. You cannot not hit the queen. Yeah. C1. Bishop A3. Yeah, the question was, why didn't he do queen C2 or something else? Because, well, I understand queen D2 is the strongest ever. I totally understand. But why didn't he move the queen someplace where just continuing the game? Why didn't he play the queen to C2, so to speak, or D1 or 3? That's a good question. good question indeed. I don't have an answer for this, but anyway, probably he didn't want to force anything. Yeah, there's always this, but if you manage to hit first, if you were to play, if black were to play something like bishop to d5, just saying, of course, every guy's not going to do that, but just saying, would you actually capture with the bishop 6? You would. I think you would. You totally would. That is why you cannot afford to not attack the queen. And again, I really wondered why didn't he do queen c2, queen e2, queen d1. He had 7 minutes, so to speak, 6:52, and every guy's he had like 10 minutes. Well, okay. Let's go back and see if they started the round number 8. They're about to be starting. So Magnus plays Yu Yang Yi. Apologies. Regaisi plays Vladimir Fedoseev. Daniel Dubov plays Volodar. Timur Rajabov. Ivan Chaparinov. MVL. Ivan Aronian. Richard Report. David with Vidit. I'm alternating. Today we do Lead Chess and YouTube and Facebook, and tomorrow we'll do Twitch. Because I'm not bound to any form of contract. I mean, I can't be on Twitch at the same time with YouTube and Facebook. Twitch doesn't want you to stream simultaneously. I think that's a loss for everybody. That's a bad policy from Twitch. Bad policy from Twitch. So when I do Twitch, I won't do other platforms, which again is a bad policy, and I don't like it. So the only form of compromise that I'm seeing myself into is just doing Twitch in a day alone, and then any other platforms on any other day or any other time, which is not at the same time with Twitch. So that's the only thing I can do. For instance, I can be on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously, and I don't see why not. And Facebook and YouTube don't have a problem with that. Twitch has a problem with that. So what can I do? It's their own bad policy. So now waiting for these guys to start here. So guys, who you rooting for here? We got a bunch of GMs, super GMs, ready to start round number 8. Round number 8. So who do you in just a few minutes, really? Hello, Naren. In just a few minutes. Magnus drew against was Eric Gaisi on the previous round. A very good position, and I was very surprised to see they actually drew. Let me just briefly show you guys, because you came here. Let me just very briefly show you how they drew. Look at this position here. Erigaisi kept attacking the queen. Magnus actually had this battery, and I'm pretty sure he just wanted to sack the bishop on the pawn on h6. Just imagine the bishop was in here and you're hitting on h6. Black can't even take it back, because if they take queen takes back, then if you look at the bishop and the queen, this is quite deadly, not mentioning the knight. So the only thing Erigaisi did was just to keep attacking the queen, and that's it. What's surprising is that Magnus didn't choose to play queen c2 or queen d1 or queen d1 or something. He just moved on the dark squares, e3 c1, e3 c1. He didn't do anything else. That's a bit surprising. to draw at this stage just because you refuse to put the queen someplace else. But hey, maybe he wants to win the the next match and he wanted to save gas and not forcing it against Eric Garcia. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, nevertheless, guys. Nevertheless, let's go on round number 8, which apparently is playing, but I don't see anyone moving anything. So CH roots for Magnus. Okay, so he's playing black. He should be playing black very shortly now against the Yu Yang Yi. He'll be playing black. I wonder, do you think he'll be playing Sicilian, guys? What do you think he's playing against white here? Do you think he's playing a Spanish today? Do you think he's going to play a Sicilian C5? Do you think he's going to play a Caro or a French against Yu Yang Yi? Genuine question. What do you think he's going to play against? Let's say Yu Yang Yi plays white E4. What do you think he's going to reply with? C5? E5, E6, C6, Knight F6. What do you think you're going to reply? Queen's Gambit. That means, CH, that means that white has to play D4. So Yu Yang Yi is supposed to be playing D4 in order to having a Queen's Gambit. By the way, guys, if you wanna know when I go live, perhaps you may want to just subscribe to the YouTube channel so you know when I go live and we can have some casual chess or watching together a couple of GMs. If you think that's doable. Cheers, guys. So I'll be on YouTube and Facebook today and kick.com, and tomorrow or later on in the evening, if I stream again, I'll be on Twitch alone, so to speak, using just the Twitch platform. So I'll be alternating. Now, if it's D4, yeah. I'm not sure Magna's going to do D5, but why not? Okay. Hello, Chilpengain. Now, they're supposed to be starting. They were supposed to be starting. Let me just... I just want to see very good chess. I just simply don't root for someone in particular. I just want to see very, very good spectacle. I want to see like type of tactical Mikhail Tal type of chess. I really like the tactics, and I want to see these guys producing the best possible tactical chess. So whoever does that, I'll be their fan. Oh, sugar. No, oh no, that's round 7. That's round 8. Round 8. They say playing here, but obviously no one started playing. Probably someone didn't finish the sandwich or something. Yeah, I don't know. Oh no. Probably they getting around. They should be they should be playing any minute now. So time control 10 seconds increment. Playing Uzbekistan around 8. And yeah, just waiting for the guys to actually kick off the round now. So Carlsen, Yangi, Erigaisi now plays Vladimir Fedoseev. Daniil Dubov, another Super GM, playing as well. Timur Rajabov, Richard Rapport, Ron Levonian. Very tough games and nice. Alexander Grishchuk, that one should be looked at. Vincent Keimer, Jordan Van Forest, very nice. Dmitry Andreikin. We got all these Super GMs. Pragnananda plays, fabulous. Laurent Fressinet. Max Sudlo. Guys, did you see yesterday Max Sudlo Carlsen? Did you see what a dramatic game? Because he could have drawn at some point, Max Sudlo. The game was painful. At least the opening and the middle game, Max Sudlo was really suffering. But then he came into a position where he could have drawn, but in the end he just messed up due to time pressure. Naren, one website where you could do tactics and free of charge is exactly the leech as what I'm using at the minute. So this beautiful website, which by some miraculous randomness exists in the universe, it can be used for you to do puzzles, thematic puzzles, and tactics totally free of charge. So they won't charge you a penny. You can do donation at any point, but they won't charge you. Another very good stuff, but you gotta pay, is chess.com, which they have also less video lessons. So that's what I see as the strong one in terms of opting for chess.com is the video lessons made by a title player with expertise in their field. So the video lessons on chess.com are astonishing, are really good. Absolutely. But you kind of have to pay for that. But if you're talking about just puzzles and tactics, just use Lichess. Really. Fabulous. Why not? It's very good. They got a lot of very good stuff here in terms of tactics and such. Chess24 gonna be shut off in January. I mean, they've been bought by chess.com. So I don't know the intricacies. I don't know the subtleties of that stuff, but they're gonna be shut off. They didn't produce enough, apparently. So yeah. So I mean, if you use Lee Chess for playing and training, it's absolutely more than enough for online chess. And then if you really want to watch some videos, you can go via YouTube. You can even go to my own YouTube channel. I regularly upload. By the way, now I'm doing something like Fisher's Passkey. I'm taking, I'm doing some commentaries on the. I'm doing on commentaries on Fisher's Passkey 1972 World Chess Championship. Chill Penguin, in loss, you're saying in loss. I mean, the guys that acquired Chess24, I'm not sure they are in loss because I have no access to their transaction or to their profits. I don't know. I have no idea if they are in loss. If you want to put it like broadly speaking, Chess24 was doing a very good job, as you were doing a very good job. Maybe the interface wasn't the best ever. I've never been a great fan of Chess24 interface. I was just not happy with that interface. The pool of players playing on Chess24 was incredibly limited and reduced. I don't know. Did you have like 100 players? Whereas Lee Chess or Chess.com had like hundreds of thousands of players at any moment, if not millions. Hundreds of thousands, I guess. So Chess24 didn't have a pool for people to just play live. They didn't. And the interface wasn't great. Other than that, the comments for the tournaments were absolutely fine because the commentators were just brilliant guys. Which, by the way, now Peter Lecco does the job for chess.com. Okay. And David Howell, which was on Chess24, of course. Now he could do the same stuff for chess.com. So those guys have just simply moved over to chess.com, which is, yeah. Yeah, who knows? Maybe Chess24 should have been just a little bit revamped, rearranged. Maybe the interface slightly changed. Who knows? Well, thank you, Naren. Thank you very much for finding it useful. Cheers, bud. So, they haven't... Guys, they were supposed to be starting like quite a few minutes ago. And it says here playing. It says round 8. Guys, do you have any games that started on your own screens or something on because I can't see anything happening at the minute. Oh, what's going on here? This guy started already, but what about the others? Oh, they haven't joined or something. What the heck's going on here? So this guy is Evgeny Tomashevsky, and this guy Danishvar, Alan Pichot. So they... Oh, Okay, so they came, guys. Okay, so Yanni Pomnici, Fabi. Okay, they started now, people, but just not these guys. Okay, apologies. So let's just go to watch actually. Let's just go watch actually someone that plays. All right, let's have a look. Okay, just okay. Some of the guys had started. Some of the guys, not the first 10 tables. I think the first 10 tables they want to make sure they've been checked for anti-cheating policies. Probably just saying. So the first 10 tables, they boards, they haven't started yet. But we got the other guys that started to play. Okay, so Levan, not Aronian or anything, and Pancelea. Apologies for mispronunciation. Versing Andrei Esipenko. Okay. Well, I think they got to be checked. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe he forgot to cycle earlier. Who knows? He's not the only one, though. Look, if I scroll up. Oh, no, they started, fellas. They started. Okay. So, guys, what did happen? Hey, didn't I tell you they're going to do a Sicilian, guys? Didn't I tell you he's going to do a Sicilian? He wants to win. He went c5, knight f3, a6. Ooh, he wants to expand with b4 and bishop b5. c4, do you know what c4 means? You're probably not going to do this. You're not going to do b5. Knight c6. And d4 quite centrally played by Yu Yang-yi. Takes. Knight f6 attacking e4. Knight c3 defending. e5. Ooh, asking the question to the knight. What you gonna do with this knight? Knight f5. That is so cool. Knight f5 wants to go right here. Right here. So you have to play either d6 or d5. Takes. And takes. Oh my god, this is so crazy. Jesus Christ, look at this. Is this a theoretical or something? Because Yu Yang-yi definitely doesn't rush into moving. Is this a theoretical thing? I would have said d6 here, right? But he went for something more centrally here. He just pushed d5. Now he takes on e4. Gee, so if you capture this guy here, queen's gonna take, I reckon. And wow, this is really, it's getting actually quite heated right from the very opening. This is tactics right in the opening. Yes, CH, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. But I think that's how we like it. I think that's exactly how we like it. So Yu Yang-yi now actually takes his time. He doesn't rush into moving. What would you play with white? If you grab this guy, if you grab this knight, there is definitely this thing happening. And if you take here, first you're subjecting a queen's trades, and then you have to take, and then they take your knight. So I guess that's not going to work. Wow. Phew. Well, you can't say it's not complicated right from move number 8. And you know something? This is a bit of pressure that he actually puts now on white. It's a little bit of pressure here. So Yu Yang-yi actually, they have to think this one properly. You do knight e4, CH. Sorry, you do what? Knight g7? That is cool, actually. I like that idea very much, because if you are to drop this knight, why not dropping it with some tempo? But there is one side effect to it. If you go for g7, they're gonna be activating their own bishop. So he didn't do that. He went on g3, still pressurizing this guy. But I reckon knight can take, attacking queen. Or tell me what you think. That was a very interesting position we just had previously, guys. And thanks for your thoughts, CH and Naren. Thanks for your thoughts, guys. Now Magnus's turn. So what is he gonna do? This guy is sort of hanging, right? The knight on c6. Is he gonna do something about this guy, or you're gonna take on c3 first? You're gonna take on c3 first. And then white has to take it because queen is being hit, right? So oops. What did he play? Wait. Let me just go back a move. He took on g3, hg, and knight d4. He always has to be unpredictable, right? Do you know what's great about this knight? Oh my god. Guys, do you know what's absolutely fabulous about the knight on d4? It is a incredibly strong outpost here. And well, it can be challenged. It can be challenged by bishop e3. It can be challenged by moving your knight again, but I don't think it's wise because you're going to get all sorts of checks coming. And I'm not even sure if you should castle here with white. I mean, I like this file, but how long can you keep the king on e1 though? And this bishop's going to come here. Yes. So if you know what bishop d3, why it has been played. Bishop d3 had been played to stop this because there was a problem with knight c2 and forking king and rook. So if you wonder why Yu Yang Yi played bishop d3, apart from developing, you really want to stop Magnus to do this. This is a problem. So he had to play bishop d3. You really have to stop this bishop. Well, you don't really stop them absolutely, but you need to oppose the cooperation in between the bishop and the knight, and on c2 fork, you really have to stop that thing from happening. So that just does that. Bishop d3 just does that. Absolutely. Chill Penguin, insightful as always. This one is oopsie. This one is a very good move. Yes. But he played g6 because he wanted to get the bishop here, obviously. So he gave up on your idea, Chill Penguin. He actually wants to get the bishop on g7, further strengthening the g7 b2 diagonal. That's something. And he wants to castle short. On the other hand, I mean, I'm not sure Magnus going to castle short though. You're looking at the rook here. But then again, how long can you keep the white king on e1? Is he planning to go king f1? Yes, it loses because of this. Yes. Naren? Yes, bishop b4 is followed by queen a4, which is check and attacking the bishop. And knight c6 not going to work. And look at this crazy move that Yu Yang had just played. What? No, they just moved it too fast. Then my computer updated. Bishop h6 to get rid of this guy with tempo. Bishop takes and rook takes. Look, I think I like very much this game, and I completely appreciate Yu Yang playing. Rook takes h6. Wow. Wow. I didn't expect to see a game in which black had knight on d4 and white had a rook on h6 right from move number 13. Can you imagine that? Move number 13. Guys, this game deserves a YouTube video. I mean, I was planning to do another Fischer's Passkey from 1972 World Chess Championship, but the more I look at this game, the more I like it, and I think I probably should be doing a video about this game. I mean, that's really exciting, and it's quite an unexpected way to moving pieces around here. Move 13 and look at that knight on d4. How did it get there? Wow. And let me tell you another crazy stuff. Well, not that crazy. You could play queen to d2 if you're white here. You could play some queen to d2, right? That makes me think that maybe Magnus gonna play queen to g5. If black doesn't play this, I think white's gonna do this. White's gonna do queen d2. Do you know what that means? I guess it means castle long, and you got a problem here, kind of. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. b5 by Magnus. b5. Do you know what b5 wants to say? In my opinion, b5 wants to say, well, a couple of things, but most and foremost now, I want to say I might probably gonna be hitting you at some point. I might be doing queen a5 at some point, and most definitely I'm gonna play bishop b7. Because bishop b7 attacks the d5 pawn twice. Bishop and the queen. And you got to think of that. Well, it doesn't mean like you're not going to be able probably to think of that, but then look at this. And you got to be very, very careful. Guys, this is a phenomenal, this is a beautiful game. And I did say king f1. I did say like 10 minutes ago, I did say king f1. You can't keep the king in the center. And I did mention actually king to f1 as a compromise to not having castled the king, not committing to other short castling, and not committing to long castling. And this is so cool. Now, would have been nice for white to having a queen on the h file, but how do you get that queen there? Do you play queen d2, by the way? Do you play queen d2? Gee, that looks nice. Really nice. Or do you play a3 prophylactically? Prophylactically, I'm saying because probably black wants to push b4. When b4 is being pushed, queen d2, there you go. Yeah, Chill Penguin, I remember yesterday Magnus with Max Sudlo. It was crazy. Absolutely fabulous game. I remember that, my friend. I did say queen d2, guys. I absolutely did say that, queen d2. You want to take the dark squares, and potentially you may want to get the rook over to e1. There is a thing with... Is there a thing or not with b4? Knight e4. Yeah, but you don't take at the minute, but that allows you to do this perhaps. Or will that allow you to do that? Asking for a friend. CH. So let's just consider the... There you go. There you go. Didn't I tell you before? I told you before. There you go. There you have it. b4. And if you go knight e4, don't you expect f5 to happen? Yeah, you can still dance around a little bit, I guess. Well, I mean, you can still dance to g5 and put some pressure here, but there is always maybe this, maybe that, maybe this. No, if they attack here with g5, actually, you have to have played this one first. So actually, that's a good question. So if they do this, probably Magnus has to play f6 straight away. Knight e4, f6 to stopping. f6 to stopping g5. This is serious, knight g5. So you guys have, yes, Chill Penguin, very good ideas, guys. You're really insightful. You guys gonna be GMs. Okay, so knight e4, f6, not f5, because if you do f5, g5 is completely a mess. After knight g5, you might have a problem, I guess. But then again, if you push f5, you can always do c7, queen e7, or queen c7, right? To look for h7 twice. That is true. But after f5, no, there are many things here. I think there's more than just one thing. Oops. He played knight e2. Interestingly, he did knight e2. It's a very difficult tactically position. It's not that straightforward. Knight e2. Let's look at this one. They want to give black a bad pawn here. And b4 is hanging. Interesting. Interesting. Also, he wants to get the rook somehow in the game. Wow. Almost everything's hanging. Yes. CH, I would second your opinion. Yes, I think it might be slightly too slow, but nevertheless, queen takes, knight takes. And now question is, you take with queen or you take with pawn? That's a very good question. What do you take with back? You got to take that guy back, I would assume, right? You have to take the knight back. So that's a forced sort of move. You must take back. Do you take with the pawn or you take with the queen? If you take with the queen, you keep an eye on this guy. If you take with the pawn, you might have the chance to make in a battery at some point. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a bishop b7 looking at g2 all the time. Rook h7. They don't have to take on h7, right? I understand what you mean, CH. Let's look at your idea. If, yeah, I would say ED for a couple of reasons. I would say ED because maybe then black can play bishop to b7. Then you're looking at g2 twice. So E takes d4, I would say. For one reason. If queen takes, yeah, rook h7, and if king takes, you take the queen, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah, there is all sorts of things if queen takes. There is all sorts of things. Let me tell you another thing, guys. It's not that easy. If queen takes, someone said rook h7. There is a check first here. It's not that easy. Even if it's a check, you can play an in-between move, I guess. It's just not that easy. No, hold on a second. No. No, that's completely wrong. No, it's pawn takes. It's not easy, but it's pawn takes. Pawn takes d4. Pawn takes d4. Hey, someone said rook h4. Who said rook h4? Sorry, I lost the messages. Rook h4? Naren, did you say rook h4? You said rook a4. Probably you talked about rook h4. Right, okay, cool. Rook h4. Attacking queen. And attacking this guy twice. Okay, rook h and queen target b4 twice. So rook h4 also stops the pawn coming down. So he took with the queen. He took with the queen. You have to move the queen. So there is no if, no but now. You have to move the queen. You've got to move the queen, and then white's going to bring another rook into game. And hopefully Magnus going to play that bishop somewhere. Oh, absolutely, we're going to put it. Because there are so many tactics that could have happened. There's so many tactics. You have to move the queen for sure, Chill Penguin. Guys, so this is a forcing move now. Black must move the queen. The question is where? Well, where do you go? If you go on the c5, you're going to be subjected to more checks. If you go to d6, probably you kind of can. And probably you should. But can you go b6 though? You defend, sort of. You're still going to have to move again. Yeah, you can't defend that. Oopsie. Did he? What? No. That's just mine. No. That didn't happen. Let me refresh the page. No, guys, that didn't happen. It's just a mouse click that I did. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, we're coming back now. So, yeah, I guess queen d6. I guess. What about queen d7, though? You know why queen d7? Because when this thing happens, you want to play this, right? Chill Penguin? Queen d7. Because, well, sorry, guys, that can't because the bishop is pinned. So just queen d6, probably. Queen d6, queen d6. Queen d6, then rook a d1, so you're able to move the bishop freely. Yeah. Queen d6, queen d7, then rook a d1. I think that makes sense. Queen d6, queen d7, rook a d1. Something like that. I think it makes sense. Queen d6, rook b4, rook d8. So you're not developing the bishop? Do you want to play without developing the bishop? I understand it makes sense what you're saying. But I think that bishop must be played. The sooner the better. You can't get in move number 19, move number 20 without your bishop being developed. Well, that may, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Something like that. You can't play move 20 without developing all of your pieces. I don't think you're going to move a rook. I think you're going to have to find a place for the bishop to develop to. Wow. CH, dude. You guys are smashing it. I love that bishop g4 idea, especially after rook ad. If that were to happen, CH, you really guys seeing through. Yeah. Queen d6, rook a d1, bishop g4. This is crazy. f3, rook a d8. This is sick. Jesus Christ. How did you come up with this craziness? This is nuts. Queen d6, queen d6. Oh my good lord. e4 by Magnus. What? Guys, what the heck is this? I mean, rook takes, right? Guys, just tell me something I don't know. If rook captures, the heck do you do? What? If rook takes the pawn, what on earth is black doing? Okay. Tell me something, guys, because this is just... I mean, look, Yu Yangi just took the pawn because Magnus gave the guy the pawn, and Yu Yangi just took the pawn. And now you have to move the... Now you have to move the queen. We're gonna check that sequence, Chill Penguin. We're gonna check that sequence. But now let's just keep it raw and real without the engine for the time being. But then we're gonna double check with the engine. You know, if you put the engine, you don't have to do nothing yourself. You just sit down and everything is being served to you with the spoon. You don't have to do nothing. So I don't think that's very good training idea to watch Super GM with the engine. So I think when you watch Magnus Carlsen, don't put the engine. Put the engine at the end. The game had finished. Check with the engine and see every single bit if you want to get more clarification. But other than that, really. And even for the commentator on chess.com or wherever they are, I wouldn't allow them to use the eval bar or the engine for anything. I mean, you can't use the engine. I don't know either. This is just weird move that he did with that pawn. I don't know. Look, let's just look at this in this fashion. The bishop is pinned currently. Let's collect data like this. The bishop is pinned. 1. If this were to happen, I guess... what? Do you do this? And then you do a rook? Maybe that was the plan all along. Maybe bishop f5. Maybe bishop f5 or bishop b7. Bishop b7, rook a d1. Guys, there you go. You know what I like about bishop b7? Because I want to attack not just the... Actually, bishop f5 is so strong. Hey, Jesus. Oops, whoa, no, that didn't happen. Apologies. Bishop f5 is so strong. This is crazy strong, bishop f5. Bishop f5 and then a rook on d8. Yes, CH, I think you might be very well right about this. So bishop f5, it's crazy strong. Bishop b7, I guess, oopsie. I guess bishop b7 is playable if you want to think about g2 as well. But yeah, bishop f5, I love it. I absolutely love it. So kudos to you, CH, if you mentioned that idea, because I think it's really great. This is really good. This is really, really, really good. So Magnus, guys, is on 5 minutes 40 seconds. What's going on with the engine? Oh, let me refresh the page. Something weird. There you go. Who said bishop h5? There you go, my friend. That's the move you said. That's the move you said. Oh my days. It looks like Viking is as if they had cancelled the Viking. Now, a rook has to move, and probably what are you going to do? This? Because, no way, Jose. Now, that's a GM playing, right? It took on b4 with tempo. You can't take the rook with the bishop because I'm going to take your queen. So you can't take the rook because I'm going to take the queen. And he really does it really sweet. Okay. Queen takes. Rook takes, obviously. And then we're going to see probably this. And then trades. But how on earth white seems to be coming a little bit better? Because of the extra pawn? Correct me if I'm wrong, but if rook takes, rook plays, I'm not sure what yet. Maybe what? Maybe this? And then maybe, okay, I gotta think a bit. Rook d8. Well, rook d8. Rook has to take d6, right? You have to take d6. This. Then this. Let me refresh the page. Maybe I skipped a move or something. Apologies. No, he hadn't moved yet, guys. Sorry, I was looking at something that wasn't real. He hadn't moved yet. All right, rook d1, bishop f5, queen takes b4, rook a d8, which it did happen indeed. Which it did happen. Okay, so there wasn't any queen takes or something. I just imagine what if. Well, you have to take the queen, right? Oh. It's crazy, okay. So, what do you say white should do? Should white take on d6? Queen takes d6, right? His queen takes d6. Queen d6, rook d6, rook f d8. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. But then you're going to lose the bishop on d3. So how do you deal with the rook being hit? Yeah, queen takes d6. Queen takes d6. Rook takes d6. Rook e3. I did say that. Rook f d8. But there's a problem for sure. Yes, at this stage, yes. Yes. Yep. 1, 2, 3. No, you play king e2. You play king e2. It's a must. Chill Penguin, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, but you play king e2. If there is any king to bishop g4, you're going to push f3 and that's it. You're going to play king e2. It's a must. And if you kind of manage to keep your extra pawn on the queen side, perhaps you can dream of a free passer, a free pass pawn on A or B at some point, maybe even more than that. So king e2, I think it's a must, which he did play. h5. Okay, how do you actually 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2? He played h5. Do you know why he played h5? He wants to stop f3 and g4 moves. So h5 by Magnus being played particularly because he wants to stop f3 and g4. I'm telling you. He actually want to stop this. That's why Magnus played h5. So having the bishop on f5 staying there forever. If forever is applicable in chess. Fabulous game. I think this one definitely worth a YouTube video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, fellas, so we could stay in touch for longer and when we go live as such, etc. So yeah, that's a very good one. Wow. What a beautiful game. How do you get out of this mess with white here? Do you play f3 prophylactically just to having it played? How do you dance around things here? 1, 2, 3. Do you try to generate some game with the pawns A and B? Do you play f3? What's going on with the computer? Did it freeze again? Apologies, let's just go back. Yeah. Oh, sugar. I didn't even see that, but I did say it. Yes, he tries to generate some game. Yes, king g7, a4, exactly. Rook attacking now, moving forwards, takes, and takes. And now he did the necessary break. And takes. Wow. So this is the current position, guys. That's what we're having now. What's going on with the engine? Why does it get... Oh, they drew. Jesus, they drew, fellas. They drew at this stage, but there was a beautiful game. Really beautiful game. And even the engine now says it is actually a draw. The engine says it's actually a draw. All right, let's go back to some craziness. Guys, what were those points that you actually said one or another idea? Gee, what a game. What a game. Come on, people. That was exciting. That was a Super GM games. Very good. Yeah, D6 was also playable. I did say D6, but also, of course, D5, and because Magnus plays totally. And Magnus now, instead of taking on F5, Magnus played the second line of the engine, which generates like complications. Knight E4, Knight G3. I would have said Knight C3, and I think I did say Knight C3 during the stream. Knight C3 takes, H takes, Knight D4, Bishop D3 because you want to stop F5, G6. Bishop D6 also playable, Bishop F5, B5. Okay, G6. That's a sweet one. Uh-huh. It's very, very much there. Very much, very much, very much. Wow, King F1. I did say Queen D2 quite a few times. And castles. Queen D2, of course. B4. I did say that. You guys said also very many things. Very insightful. They both playable, guys. Do you remember CH, Chill Penguin, Naran, if you're still there, people? They're both playable with an incredibly small margin. We did say about Queen D4 and Pawn takes D4. Then none of them a big mistake. No, sorry, apologies. None of them are wrong. There's none of them wrong. But Rook H4 is the first line of the engine. Someone said about Rook H7, but I think that sort of loses. Because you don't have to take the rook. You push the pawn, CH. If Rook H7, Black's going to push the pawn, dude. They're going to push the pawn. You don't have to take the rook. Obviously, if you take the rook, you're going to drop the queen. Definitely. But you don't have to take the rook back. You're going to push the pawn first. And I think white has just lost on the spot. If you take H7 now. That is why you don't see Rook H7 on any of the 5 lines suggested by the engine. Oh, by the way, do you guys see them? Oh, yeah, you do see them. Yes, you do. Rook H7. Now it's dropping because Queen G6, I guess, right? And the Queen. So if you take H7 and King takes, is this, and you're just dropping queen. So chill penguin, rook h7. If you take, then you got a problem with bishop g6, and practically you're kind of gonna lose the game by the looks of it, unless I'm missing some tactics. But rook h4 definitely. Oh, I get what you mean. Rook h7, queen. I get what you mean. I guess what. Yeah. Rook h7, king takes h7. Rook h7 just drops everything. Rook h7, it's a disaster for white. Rook h7, it's bad. Yes, you are correct. Yes, you are correct. So rook h7. Again, this move, guys, look at this move here. e4, played by Magnus. Man, these guys are like machines. Really, I mean, I'm telling you, this is just crazy game. I mean, by the way, we're gonna put to check the level of accuracy. This is just formidable chess. Come on, guys. Yes, you did. Yes, you did say queen d6. Indeed, you did say though. Yeah, and queen takes, rook takes, rook e3. That's what I said. Rook fd8. That's what you said. And king e2. Oh, by the way, king e2. It's pretty much like a forcing move. I mean, you have to do king e2. I mean, you don't do king e2, I think it's game over. h5. My God, these guys are like machines. I'm telling you, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Takes and everything gets. And look at the engine. It's just. I think this game has a huge accuracy. Okay, let's find out the accuracy, and then we're gonna move on to other guys playing. My God. Where is the engine thing? Did it disappear or something? I don't know. Where is the review thingy? Def 26. What's that? Where is the engine? I want to do the computer stuff, but I don't know what that is. Okay, it normally was here, request a computer analysis, and I can't see it now. I don't know what the heck that is. Anyway, yeah, that's just a fabulous game. Probably we're gonna do it after it ends or something. Right, guys. Wow. So shall we look at another very live game happening right now, just in the last seconds? Just in the last seconds. Oh, cover everything. Right. Erigaisi, Vladimir Fedosev. So that's a last seconds game here. 45 seconds for Erigaisi, 2 minutes for Vladimir. Look at that diagonal, bishop g7. Look at that, the b2. But there is a rook on f2, though. There is a rook on f2. You know what I like? I like about a knight coming over to f5. I like about knight to f5. I think that's a cool idea. If, in case you want to neutralize that very dangerous bishop, super dangerous bishop. But then you got a problem with this. Then if you move here, you got a problem with this. You got to be very careful of this. So what are you supposed to be playing with white here, though? Oh, you didn't do that. I did it. Refresh the page again because I want to see this one actually and the real move they did. f4. f4. How do you play if black... Exactly. Rook a... Exactly what I said. Oh my God. So rook a1 and he found the resource rook c2. Erigaisi found rook c2. That means that if you take this guy, if you take the bishop, I'm going to take your bishop. He moved the bishop, and now he chases it with f5. This Erigaisi guy is dangerously insightful. Boy, how he sees it. When he played f4, he actually played f4 like one move ago to chasing the bishop when he retreats on e6. This is scarily insightful from Erigaisi. Gee, How do they produce these moves? And I think, okay, but it's not quite over yet, isn't it? I mean, you still have to figure out what you do with the bishop. So I've got a question, by the way. How do you deal with the bishop? Wait a minute, they play too fast. What if he had moved the bishop, though? Okay, for the time being, b2 looks like takeable. There's a question, what if that bishop... Well, they couldn't have retreated anyway because the rook could have attacked it. So rook c8 checks. Now, you could do another check, I guess. Yep, you could do another check. Then what? You could do this to attack e6. Or you do b7. No, he plays c6, exactly. He's looking for this guy. And now if you want to protect the pawn... No, he took on b2. With check, king had to move. If you do this, you're kind of blocking the bishop. So if you want to if black wants to defend... If black wants to defend e6... If they want to defend e6... Okay, but that's subject to more checks. It's more rook c7 happening. There you go. And now we can go back maybe here or back on c6. We could go on e7. Check again. Oh, I think he's happy to draw, actually. I think he's very much happy to draw. Well, do you go here? But no. But actually, that's interesting because if black pushes the pawn, they're actually blocking the... Ooh. If you push this one, you're going to have this huge problem. You're actually going to lose the game straight away. Wow. So king has to move again, right? No. Didn't move the king. He goes for the h3 pawn. And he's got a passer on b4, which needs only 3 steps to become itself a queen. Very, very dangerous. Forget about this guy. This guy plays an incredibly important role because it doesn't allow knight f5. So this pawn gonna stay there. Yes, he's also got h5. Bingo. Bingo. Brilliant. Brilliant, Chill Penguin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like black is doing incredibly well at this point. Well, it's not over. It's not over, but it looks like it's doing incredibly interesting now, especially because of this guy. Tell me I'm wrong. Would you have white or black here in this position? Given the fact you can't play now, okay, there's a check coming. Okay, maybe it's too early to call it now. Maybe it's too early to make a... That's still a possible check here. How do you defend? If you play here, they're going to check you again on c7. And you're giving up on the h5, which probably could take place. And then some king to g3 also hitting the rook. Maybe some rook here. There are all sorts of ideas, but unfortunately you can only play one move at a time. So there you go. He played. He pushed the pawn. Rook takes with check. King attacks the rook with tempo. Rook goes on b6 to keep an eye on this guy. Okay. Whose turn is it? Wait a minute. What's going on? b2. Oh my god, this is crazy. I don't know what white wants to make sure this pawn had disappeared. I think white is absolutely super concerned. Check. Oh boy. Do you want to bet that actually this knight's going to come on f5 or h5 immediately? I don't know what white wants. Maybe they just want to win. I don't know what they want, really. But what I'm telling is that is knight f5 coming probably just straight away. After this check takes place. Depends where the king goes. But I guess you're going to play knight f5, right? You're increasing the pressure on the bishop. There is a problem. If you do knight f5, well, there is always this danger. It's quite not over. Vladimir Fedor said he needs to decide where the hell to go with the king. Maybe F, so that you don't get checked when you're dropping your bishop. um, he don't want to get checked, I guess. What is it? Okay, is he gonna play this? Oh my god, this is so difficult. King f5. King f5. King. Not knight. King. Not knight, but the king. I think he's ready to sack a full rook or something. There's so many ideas. There's so many ideas. Gee. You can't even move the... Oh my god, he wants to attack the rook with the king. And you can't even take this guy because obviously they're going to promote straight away. Jesus Christ. This is sick. My god. What are you doing here? Yes, 94 felt like. 94 felt like. This pawn also blocks the bishop, so to speak. Check. Can you go and attack the bishop? G6 feels like the move. Yes, King G6 feels like the move. Now we're going to see this and we're going to see that immediately. Oh, not even. Knight here blocks this guy from advancing. But probably you're going to see this. No, check. My god. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a game, Eric Gaisi and Vladimir Fedoseev. These guys are producing so high quality chess. Oh my god, the white knight can't do nothing. The rook on c6 guards everything. I'm not sure how... yeah, Arjun is losing. Yes, Chill Penguin. Yes, yep. It's just... Rook f6. You just play bishop e5, right? Exactly. Bishop e5. I mean, at some point, moves are quite limited. Okay, he tries to stop and take this pawn. So probably you kind of have to take? Or not? Or do you play something else? My god. It's unbelievable. So now the rook defends and now he threatens to take your knight. So you have to move the knight, but where do you move? Oh my god. Where do you move the knight? There is another... Oh my god. Guys, did you see? There is actually a check here, Chill Penguin. And this guy... Oh, sorry. You can't go in reverse. Sorry. Actually, black is coming down. This thing just got me confused. Okay, rook being hit. Yeah. Where else do you go? Yes. Bishop being hit now. Good take. Yeah, king is on c8. Yeah. King is on c8. So, okay. Wow. Bishop d4, ed, king c6. Rook has to move. Yeah. Pawn is being attacked now. This is wow. It correct me if I'm wrong, but black is sort of like winning. I guess. And now the king will keep an eye on this guy. No, the king actually wants to go to the king wants to go to c2. The king wants to go to c2, support this guy, freeing up the rook to doing something else, guarding the promotion square. So I guess the black king wants to go on c2. Want to go on c2, then probably they want to do some rook d1, preparing b1 and promotion. Probably this kind of things. Probably. Okay. So now the king plays a very, very important role here. And looks like Erigaisi, Erigaisi's position now worsens after king c2, something like. Yes, he just resigned, Chill Penguin. He just resigned. Yep, he just resigned at this stage. There's a big problem. After king to c2, you do have a problem. You do have a big problem after king c2. You can't look after this guy. You can't protect it anymore. And if you do this, then I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna have to move. Wow. So Eric guys dropped this game. Oof. Oh, what did I do? Prague drew. It's playing third Daniel. Petrosian. Okay. Wow, 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 wow. Who else is playing? Alexei Dreyev. I think I can remember these guys. I've watched them some point in time. Okay, Daniel Dubov, guys, this is actually happening right now. This is board number 3, game number 3. Daniel Dubov with black and Volodar Murzin with white. Oh, that's quite an instructive ending here happening now. Quite an instructive one. Who's it? Daniel Dubov. Turn to play. So, if you take with the rook here, there is always this, right? And the pawn can't take because it's pinned by the white rook. So he got to take rook. Rook takes. Yes. And now rook takes on f5. Rook takes f5, check. And then probably you're going to go e6, right? I mean, what else? Or you want to come over here, actually. Apologies. Of course, you want to go on c4 because you want to take here. But this guy want to take here. So, yeah. Or do you want to do this? That's actually something. You need a bit of time here. You need a bit of time. Rook f7 takes and takes with check. Okay. Probably you need to come over to c4. And then we're going to see this. How you defend the a6 pawn. You need to do some checks. Okay, first thing first, the black king is in check. You have to move that king. No, you're going to move here. And what? Sorry, did they move c4? No, he didn't. Wait a sec. Oh, whoa, whoa. No, this one. Apologies. Yeah. So he moved a5. I guess the white king wants to become a bit more active. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. You can't move the king because there's always this. So you can't play really king a4. So you gotta move the king, the white king. Is d2 c3 playable as a itinerary? Chill Penguin, you reckon? King d2, king c3. Are these playable? King d2, king c3. Think so. Ooh. Well, just go king d2. I mean, what else can you play? Well, you could do check, but then the king's gonna go over to the b file. That's for sure. And if you don't take a6, actually they're gonna push the pawn down, so you have to take the pawn. If you don't take now, they're gonna move the pawn. So you better take it now. So I guess rook takes a6. Rook takes a6. Am I correct, Penguin? Guys, if you're still there, Naren, CH, it's rook takes a6, right? Rook takes a6. It's a6. I guess rook takes a6, right? It's a6. Have to take that pawn. King's gonna move over to the b file, attacking your pawn on c5. So probably it's gonna be like this. Rook takes, king here. But if you don't take the pawn, then the pawn is gonna come on a5. So you just have to decide doing something here. So rook a6 check, right? Rook a6 check. Oh. a6. What's happening? Did he... Where's the moves? Oh, what? No, they're still playing. Do they? Oh my god, no, they played a couple of moves. Jesus Christ. No. Oh, right. They didn't update it, but actually they decided upon a draw. They decided upon a draw here, guys. They decided upon a draw. All right, fellas. So I'm going to put a very short break now, and going to be coming back maybe later on this evening. So thank you very much for stopping by, guys. And I'll see you shortly. Don't forget to check the last video on YouTube. I think I'm going to make another one at some point today. And hopefully we're going to do some casual chess maybe later on. Thank you very much, Chill Penguin, Naren, CH. Thanks very much, guys. And I'll definitely see you very, very, very soon. Cheers, fellas. Thank you.